Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content and I also do what's called the Word of the Day. I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For those of you returning, happy Friday. It's Friday and a payday, so yay me. All right, so today it's going to be really, really good. It's a hot topic, I feel, and it actually popped up on my YouTube today, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to be talking about. But I'd always wondered about this, and I heard people talk about it, and I was just perusing my Bible as I usually do, and I came across where it talks about it, and I was like, there it is, there it is, there it is. And what we're going to be talking about is psychics, mediums, the other spiritual realm. It is a touchy subject because there are people out there that, go to mediums and psychics and stuff like that, and people who believe in like horoscopes and zodiac signs. And I'm guilty too. I used to believe in all that stuff too. But now that I've come to learn that it is demonic, I'm learning more about it. And I was listening to other pastors talk about it, and I'm like, but where in the Bible are they getting this from that it is demonic? And then I found it, and I was like, that's what I needed. When I hear people say things, I'm like, okay, give me the scripture to back it up. And I couldn't remember what scriptures the pastors were saying because they were all over the place. And I'm like, well, and then I forgot about it. But when I was perusing in my Bible yesterday, it popped up. I was like, there it is in black and white. So it's going to be coming from the book of Isaiah, chapter 8. And again, we're going to be talking about like pretty much zodiac signs, mediums, psychics, tarot card reading, all that stuff, or they call it New Age spirituality. And if I step on some people's toes, sorry, not sorry, because I've got the facts right here. But growing up, I was into zodiacs and horoscopes and things like that. My father preached about it like it was the end all be all. Um, and then as I got older, I started getting into crystals and things like that. I never did tarot cards, but I had like crystals and I had beads and stuff like that. And I was thinking that it was, helping me. I began meditating and trying to manifest and do all these things because I thought it was something good. But then once I started reading and listening to these pastors and educating myself, I found out, wait a minute, I was tapping into something evil. And so I'm glad that I no longer have my crystals or my beads. I don't do the horoscopes and zodiac signs anymore. And I've never called a psychic, even though I had thought about doing it some time ago. But I used to like religiously read my horoscope every day. And I would be like, this is going to tell me, this is going to tell me. And it's not. So let's go ahead and get into the word. In Isaiah chapter 8, it's verses 19 through 22. It states, when someone tells you to consult mediums and spiritists who whisper and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Why consult the dead on behalf of the living? Consult God's instructions and the testimony of warning. If anyone does not speak according to this word, they have no light of dawn. Distressed and hungry, they will roam through the land. When they are famished, they will become enraged, looking upward. They will curse their king and their God. Then they will look toward the earth and see only distress and darkness and fearful gloom, and they will be thrust into the utter darkness. It's kind of deep, but I love how it says, when someone tells you to consult mediums and spiritists who whisper mutters, should not a people inquire of their God? Why consult the dead? That's the part right there, consulting the dead. I don't know if you guys remember, it was probably been a month ago now that I was talking about what Pastor Mitchell spoke on when he said how Satan came down to earth, right? Like how he was pretty much dethroned. He got a glimpse of himself and saw how beautiful he was. And he started telling all the angels, I'm better than God. And then it started a war in heaven and he got kicked out. And when he got kicked out, he turned into like a dragon and he swooped like a third of the angels and took them down to earth with him. So when these psychics and these mediums are telling you things, they're not speaking to something earthly. They're not speaking to something heavenly. They're speaking to the earthly realm. They're speaking to these demons and these spirits and these angels that Satan took from heaven that are down here roaming the earth and causing and wreaking havoc. That's who these mediums are tapping into. That's who these psychics are tapping into. They're tapping into these dead spirits because guess what? They know things too. But that's not your source. That's not who you're supposed to be getting it from. You're supposed to be getting your information from your Father in heaven. And that's what it's talking about. So let's not rely on horoscopes or tarot cards or beads or anything like that because it's trash, basically. I'm just going to say it's trash. It's evil and demonic. You don't need it. The only thing that you need to rely on is your Father in heaven. He is the way, the truth, and the life. He is all you need. You don't need these darkness and demonic spirits because when you start tapping into stuff like that, you don't know what kind of world you're opening up. So it's best to steer clear. And I know people are like, oh, well, our ancestors in Africa, they practice witchcraft and all that stuff. Just because our ancestors practice it doesn't mean it was right. Okay? So take heed. It is in Isaiah chapter 8, verses 19 through 22. It says it right there. It says, should not the people inquire of their God? Why consult the dead on behalf? Why are you consulting these dead demons, these demonic spirits? Like, why would you do that when you can consult the living God and the living word and get your answers from there? So, a long time ago, even before I stopped reading horoscopes, something was telling me to kind of stop doing it. But then I got heavily into it while I was pregnant with my son. And a lot of issues went down that year. That was not a good year. And I was pregnant at the same time. And I feel like because of all those things I did, tapping into those dark realms caused a lot of the grief and havoc that I went through during that time. So I think now, like if I had known back then what I know now, I would have never tapped into that. I would have never tried to get beads and crystals. I would have never tried to do all that manifesting and stuff because it all it leads to nowhere. It's a dead end. So basically, stick with the word. The word is the truth. Don't try to tap into something else. Don't try to go to a psychic. Don't try to go to a medium. Don't try to do tarot cards. All that is demonic. It's dark. Stay away from it. Okay? Stick with what we know to be the truth. And I just want to educate you guys on it because I wasn't sure if you knew. And I didn't know it was demonic until I heard Pastor Phillips talking about it. But I just want to see where in the word it was because I'm the kind of person, if you tell me something, I'm not just going to believe it because you said it. I need to back it up. I'm like, okay, where in the Bible does it say it? So I'm glad I was able to find it. Again, it's in the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verses 19 through 22. I love you guys. If I offended anybody or stepped on any toes, I apologize, but I am trying to spread the truth. And I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that it's okay to do that when it's not. All right? I love you guys. Be blessed, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.